Hello and welcome. My aim for this tutorial is to teach you the most efficient and effective ways to farm crops in Minecraft. This will help you save time and space on your land while getting the maximum efficient yield. I also aim to answer the questions I often pondered on when I was first learning this entire learning curve really, so you don't have to spend the tedious hours like I did. Ideally, the lessons learned from this will give you a great foundation to create mass production farms, redstone farms, and even villager tenant farms. I will list timestamps in the next clip and description for ease of navigation. I hope this tutorial to be brief and informative. Thank you and enjoy. Alright, hello everyone. So I'm recording this commentary and post, and as you see in front of you, we have various examples that we can go through to give you this understanding. So let's start right here. We're going to focus on how much farmland one source block of water can hydrate. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And this fifth cement block signifies the end. So everything within, all the farmland within here, going to the source block, 1, 2, 3, 4, will be hydrated. On the piece of cement and further out than that, it will not be hydrated. So this is a good example to make your farmland to. You can start off like I did, count out 4, and then just fill everything out within that 4. So here's what a whole farmland plot looks like that can be hydrated by one source block of water. So yet again, everything in line with the cement or further than that will not be hydrated. 5 at the 5th block out, it will not be hydrated. So you see I speed up the game time. Every piece of thing that I try to use the hoe on will not be hydrated. So hopefully that's burned in your head. So now we're talking about the yield. So the total yield is 80 crops for this entire 9x9 block farmland. So say if that's carrots you're planting, which have an average drop of 3 times that 80, that's 240. So here's some examples of things you do not want to do. So some beginner players like myself, when I first started, we ended up making stuff like this. I only got a total yield of 24 blocks from an example just like this. Terrible. I'm using too much water source blocks, taking up space. Same thing here, using too many water source blocks, taking up space. Only to get 40. And as you can see, with one source block, we can get a full 80 from this. So the goal is really to just learn what you can do and maximize off that one source block. So some of my questions were, okay, if the water is one block below or above, will it still hydrate the soil? So let's give it a test. So I did the same plot of land, going 4 blocks out, stops on the 5th. And as you see, all the stuff I'm trying to hoe up to make farmland, it is not going. So let's fill this up and put the water in. The water has to be on the same level for it to hydrate the farmland. As you can see, it's all staying now. Before, it just instantly went away. So here's another question. Okay, does it have to be grass or dirt blocks in between for the water to reach the farmland? No, it does not. As long as it's within that 4 block radius, it will make it out, as you can see here. So I even went further to dig it all out and have no blocks connecting at all. This is practically hovering, but it's still within that 4 block radius and the farmland's hydrated. That's all that matters. So there's some 2 important notes. It must be on the same level and within the 4 block radius for it to hydrate farm blocks. So let's talk about the light mechanics. So I have the same 9x9 farmland covered by a 9x9 roof. So the way that light works in Minecraft is that wherever the light hits and originates from, it goes from a light level of about 14, I think, and may not be correct, but goes all the way down to 0. So you'll see light is hitting all the way on the outside where it's not covered by the roof, but as it gets to the middle of the farmland, the light decreases. So the rate kind of slows, but it's not really evident right here. So let's go to nighttime. So you'll see now, when I plant crops, they will not grow, because evidently and obviously, the roof is stopping light from coming down and there is no daylight on the outside. So say you want to make a underground farm. What is the solution? Torches. So you see, even when I place the torches, it grows in a certain pattern. That shows the drop off of the light. So you play around with your light sources, see the pattern that they give off, and yeah, there you go. So just to prove that artificial light does work, I'll go underground, just completely encased, and give an example. So here we are, got water to hydrate my farmland, a little torch, grows no problem, perfect. So let's go to the next diagram. Here I have the same farmland, 9 by 9, but with a glass roof. So the cool thing about glass blocks is that they act as transparent blocks, which allow light to pass through them. So see, if I plant some crops, even though it's low light levels, they'll still start to grow, which is really cool. So this is really helpful for like underground farms that still have like a glass ceiling that gets sunlight in and whatnot. So even if, say, you're completely underground, but you don't want torches in there, you could plant torches on top of the glass and it will still grow the crops. So the closer you put the torches, the better the light level, because the light level drops off as the distance increases from the light source. It will make the farm grow. So now we're going to talk about how to lay out everything into a proper farmland. So as you see in front of you, I have 6 of those 9 by 9 source blocks lined up right beside each other. So in total, these 6 give you 480 blocks of crops, and you can section them off like I did, using the outer rim, the area that will not be hydrated, as like little color coding. So I put wood in between and then on the corners I put the stone, so I can plant different series of crops in case I want to pattern it out. So they still all fit within the 9 by 9. It's just a nice little way to section it. So for example, see, I'm in line with the stone, I'm planting my wheat, and yeah. So in the top right there's still the untouched farmland, the 9 by 9, and I get to fill this one out and still section it off properly. So this is really good for if you have villagers and you want to section stuff off like beets, carrots, potatoes. Yeah. Alright, thank you. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it left you some great tips and most importantly the knowledge on how to operate a farm in the most effective manner, because knowledge is the biggest part behind creativity. So I hope that this spurs you on to create something new and original. If there's anything I missed, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'm very open to criticism, and if there's anything you want to see, also leave a comment. But other than that, thank you and goodbye.